I think the tribunal finished its work. I can comment on that now. The JSC finished its work. There is no appeal that has been filed. You know, we're not supposed to discuss matters that are before court. So it will not be a sub judice matter if we discuss it now. The tribunal found the judge, that is Justice Chitembwe, guilty of all, I think, some of the accusations which are there. So mine is just to thank God. I'll consult my lawyers. They'll advise me on the next move, on what to do. But I thank the tribunal. I thank the president. He said he's going to implement the report. You know what does the Constitution say about it? The judge has to go home. So we thank the tribunal for the good work that it did. We'll just go all the way to Arusha to give evidence on what transpired here in Kenya. And before there is any active matter now, because if it's a matter of review, we're not trying any review. Maybe I can shed some light. I think there was a lot of political influence during that time. When I was impeached, you saw some senators also. They spoke in Senate that they were bribed by the former president. Each was given 4 million to vote against me. And then also, you even had the president himself, the former president was on record saying, I'm the one who instigated that impeachment of that friend of mine. And then also, remember during our hearing at the Supreme Court, I was cleared in Mombasa, that was on 13th of July, to vie as governor of Mombasa. Then just the following day, we were summoned by the Supreme Court that we have to proceed with the hearing. I was in Mombasa with all my lawyers because the judgment of my IBC case was delivered on 13th of July. Then the Supreme Court told us we have to appear before them on 14th. And we were supposed to file papers by end of 13th of July. We had no time. All this evidence about Justice Chitembwe was not in the Supreme Court. And one funny part, the Supreme Court we wrote to the Supreme Court and told them you have not given us directions to file our submissions so that we proceed with the case. And remember, I said it and I want to repeat it now. The Supreme Court did a letter through the Deputy Registrar, apologized to us that it was an oversight. They didn't know that we were not served, or we were not served with the directions to file our final submissions. And we have that letter. They said we apologize, but however, we must proceed. And remember, this was a case that had over 14 lawyers with over 50,000 pages. A case with 14 lawyers being concluded within 24 hours. And an interim judgment given. So that was politics. We were not given right to fair hearing. That is against Article 50 of our Constitution. I'm a nobody now, but I still have my political muscles to fight on behalf of the great people of Nairobi, who once meant me to be their governor. Section 3, Nairobi water houses were grabbed during NMS time. The land was given to proxies, state house proxies, former state house proxies. They know themselves. Former MCS, we are bringing a case here tomorrow. Will you be ready by tomorrow night? No.
Sure.
A week, maybe by a week. We want that land to be repossessed for Nairobi water in Section 3 easily. County houses were demolished. We are going to repossess them and return them back to Nairobi City County government. Another important point the lawyers mentioned, on one of the video clips that was used by the tribunal, we saw Judge Chitembwe, I'll share that video with you, admitting that former state house proxies, former deputy controller, one of my lawyers, whom I'm taking him to the disciplinary committee also, Cecil Miller, George Kariuki from State House, former majority leader, went to his house with a message from the president, and the judge accepted. Akasema kama mmetumwa na president sawa on my impeachment case, and that clip is there. And then also I remember at the judge's house, the judge showed us there was a ruling to return me back to office against my impeachment, but he told me he was forced to rarua that ruling and do another one. That is why you guys were here since morning waiting for the judgment of my impeachment case, case number 425, but the impeachment was delivered at night until 11 p.m. But there was a judgment to return me back to office But instructions came from above. That judgment was Raruliwa. We have all those clips. And the judge confessed, he admitted. Cecil Miller himself confessed. He was my lawyer. Aligeuka because of loyalty for money. He backstabbed me against there's some conditions governing all lawyers. If you're representing your client, you're supposed to be with him. Ethics. You're supposed to be with him. But he decided to backstab you. Went to this State House cartels all the way to Judge Chitembwe's house. I told the judge we have been sent by State House, by the president, that Sonko is not wanted. And my judgment was destroyed. A fresh judgment was prepared. So I just wanted you guys to know about this.